Hey guys, welcome along to another episode of YAC Yarns. My name's Chelsea. I am the Deputy Chairperson of the CDHB Youth Advisory Council. And tonight I've got a new face joining me helping facilitate, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Luke. I'm just a committee member on the Canterbury District Health Board Youth Advisory Council. I've been on there for 5 years and looking forward to this.
Awesome. So for those of you that are new that may be joining us tonight, YAC Yarns is a conversation series that we're having hosted by the CDHB Youth Advisory Council, where we talk to health professionals across the Canterbury sector about health-related issues to young people. So tonight we have Helen joining us tonight. So thank you for joining us.
No worries at all.
So we'll just kick off by letting you introduce who you are and what you do.
I'm Helen and I'm a dentist. I work through between a couple of practices around Christchurch.
Awesome. So tonight we kind of preemptively before tonight we asked people about questions for dental health related. So we've got a variety of them. We've put them into two sections tonight. So we first kicked off with just dentist questions. So the first question that came through very generic, but what does a dentist do?
A dentist looks at all the structures of your mouth and the surrounding areas. These include your bones, teeth, nerves, jaws, and soft tissue. We look for and treat diseases of this area. We monitor your growth and development. We look to offer advice how best to look after your oral health. Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. And I guess following on from that, what can you expect? What can you expect when you go to a dentist? What are they going to be doing?
Oh, generally, the first appointment would be a checkup. Where we look at your mouth, your teeth, your soft tissues. We look for any abnormalities, any sign of diseases or infection. We often take some x-rays to have a look at the structures that we find hard to see just by looking in your mouth. We then have a discussion with you about what we found, what we see, any advice we can offer for better looking after your teeth at home. If you need any treatment, we talk you through the options there and make a plan to move forward. Sometimes then we do a cleaning. Sometimes you have to come back for a cleaning on another day, but that's generally what happens in your first visit.
Cool. And I guess there's kind of two terminology that gets thrown around, and sometimes like dentist and orthodontist. What's the difference between the two of them?
So a dentist is someone who you would see regularly, and they check your teeth, your gums, soft tissue. An orthodontist is a specialist, so they've done an extra 3 years of training after their dental training, and they look more at the straightness of your teeth, how your teeth bite together and function, the straightness of your teeth. You've probably heard of braces. They are specialists in braces. Not everyone needs to see an orthodontist, and often the dentist can refer you to see an orthodontist because we're screening for those kind of problems all the time.
Awesome. What sort of advice would you give for choosing a dentist, or how do you find one? Do you just simply Google them, or what's the story?
I guess Google's a good place to start. Location is probably a good place to start, someone who's close to you rather than traveling for miles and miles. Another good thing to do is ask your friends and family. Who do they see? Who have they been to see? Because often if they've found a dentist that they like, you would find the same.
Yeah. Cool. And I guess another question that then comes along with that is, what is the cost of seeing a dentist? And especially maybe if you're in high school, if you're in uni, what's the cost?
Yeah, so in New Zealand, dentistry is free up until you're the age of 18. So if you're a high school student, when you leave the primary dental care, like when you're at primary school, then they often refer you to a dentist that you'll see throughout your high school years. And you see the dentist once a year for a checkup, cleaning, x-rays, and there's lots of dental practices around that provide that service. When you turn 18, then you become a fee-paying patient, and the cost for a checkup can vary depending on the length of time you're there and what you need, but it's probably about $100, and then sometimes your cleaning appointments on top of that, and then from that appointment they'll talk you through pricing for that. At uni, Canterbury Uni, there's a dental clinic run by the Student Association. I'm one of the dentists there, and that is a subsidised scheme for the students. So your checkup there is $35.
Awesome. Good to know.
Awesome. Now, quite often we hear that we need to get regular checkups at the dentist, but now what would you say that is? Is that monthly, yearly? How often do you think?
Well, it can vary based on your individual needs. Okay, so approximately once a year would be a standard time, but sometimes we like to see you every 6 months. And when you go for your checkup, then the dentist can advise the time frame that they think is best suited for you. There's some things we like to check in 6 months, other things we're happy to leave for a year. It's kind of like going for like a warrant of fitness of your car. Some cars have it 6 months, some cars have it every year, just depends.
Yeah, cool. And I guess like another question that kind of came through was, do we only have to go see a dentist? I mean, it kind of, you've already answered it in terms of that we should be getting regular checkups, but do we only go see a dentist if we're in pain? And at what point do you know you need to see a dentist?
So no, do not see a dentist only when you're in pain. The best time is to see a dentist regularly, because we're really good at preventing diseases of the mouth, gums, soft tissue, but we need to see you to be able to do that. So if you're in pain, definitely see a dentist. That's a good time to go.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is to see a dentist regularly, because a lot of the things that we can prevent from progressing or needing treatment down the line, but we need to see you to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, obviously, going to a dentist is a unique experience, and it's difficult for some people. What would you recommend for people who might be scared of this new experience?
Find a dentist that you like. Talk to your friends and family. Okay, you can try a few out, but like find one that you like, because it doesn't have to be a scary place. You know, we're there to help you. We want to offer advice and care and look after your oral health. Another thing you could do is bring along a friend or a support person. Every dentist would be happy for you to have somebody with you. They can come into the treatment room with you, hold your hand if you need someone to hold your hand. And I think too, some of that dentistry's had a bad rap, you know, from past years, and there's a lot of scary stories and various names that dental clinics were called. But I think that dentistry's come a long way, and there's lots of new technology and way to do things. And there's been a big shift in dentistry, rather from treating diseases, whereas now we look to prevent them as a long-term, better oral health.
Awesome, cool. And so kind of the next section we had was just general dental health questions, and we had a lot come through to ask. And so I guess the first question is, how often should we be brushing our teeth?
2 times a day for 2 minutes. Once in the morning, once at nighttime.
Awesome.
So if my teeth are bleeding while I'm brushing them, what does this mean? Is this good thing, bad thing?
See a dentist. It can be, if your gums are bleeding when you're brushing, it may mean that your brushing technique could be improved. We may suggest you need to floss. It can be a sign of early gum disease. There's a few things that it can mean. So one thing to do would be to see a dentist and find out what's causing that problem.
Good to know. What are the signs of tooth decay?
Well, tooth decay can go unnoticed for a long period of time, because there's often no pain associated with the early signs of tooth decay. So it's often can only be picked up when you see a dentist. So again, another reason to see a dentist. We have special lights and glasses and x-rays that can detect all of that. But signs can include sensitivity to cold and sweet, some discoloration, or in advanced stages pain.
Awesome. So if I have a cracked tooth and it's not causing me any pain, am I all good just to keep going around doing things? Or at what point do you think I should see a dentist?
If you think you have a cracked tooth, see a dentist now, ASAP. Okay, it can mean lots of things, but the best place to get it assessed would be with the dentist, and then monitored as needed or treated as needed, or at least then you'd know your options. The earlier you see the dentist, the more options we can offer.
Well, that follows on to my next questions, because what are the options if you do have a cracked tooth?
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that your tooth needs to be taken out, but the earlier we see the problem, then the most options we can provide. We like to save teeth if we can. Yeah,
good to know.
What are your tips for dealing with tooth pain, especially to do with wisdom teeth?
See the dentist. Again, ASAP. You're in pain. See the dentist. They can fix it for you. But sometimes some warm salt water rinses, mouth rinses, a minute at a time, can help. Pain relief, so you're not so sore. Paracetamol, ibuprofen can help as well. But it's good to see the dentist, because we can prescribe exactly what you need as an individual for your problem and your teeth. And yeah, and also those things tend to mask the pain rather than providing a solution to fix the pain. But the dentist can help provide a solution to fix the pain.
Oh, another question we had coming through was about sensitive teeth, and someone thought that they think they have sensitive teeth, and what can they do to kind of help this, I guess, with sensitive teeth?
Yeah, so there's various toothpaste on the market that are for sensitive teeth, so that can be a good place to start. There's like a Sensodyne or a Colgate Pro Relief. But another good thing to do would be to see a dentist, because again, there's lots of reasons why your teeth feel sensitive, and there's treatments that we can provide that can help with the sensitivity or offer advice about why you have the sensitivity and ways to improve it. And yeah, often it's an easy fix.
Cool.
Awesome. How important do you think flossing is? Do we really need to be doing it, even though it's slightly annoying?
Yes, flossing is very important. So your toothbrush cannot reach the points where your teeth touch. So if you never floss, then those points are never being brushed. But floss can reach them. That's what floss is for. And it's really good at reaching those areas. If you find flossing annoying, there are other options. There's such thing as an ear flosser or a water flosser, which are other alternatives to flossing. But flossing, definitely very important every day.
Another one was about mouthwash, and do we need to be using it, or is it just another option that we have?
Probably another option that you have. Again, everyone's different, everyone's mouths are different, everyone's needs are different. So some people we would recommend a mouthwash for, other people we wouldn't, but a dentist would be a good starting point to see if it's suitable for you. And there's so many different mouthwash on the market that it's good to have some advice about which one is best for you.
Awesome. What are the options for making my teeth more white? Are there many, or is it just one or two?
There are lots of options. Lots and lots of options. So there's lots of reasons why people feel their teeth are discoloured or stained, and a good place to start is to see the dentist, so you can find the source of the problem or what's causing the staining. Sometimes the food and drink that you're consuming can contribute to that, but there's lots of options for whitening. We can do things in the chair, you can do things at home. Yeah, most are relatively simple and easy.
Do you have any, just to kind of do a second question on that, do you have any top tips for doing it at home? So if you're not, I mean, we're encouraging going to see the dentist, but doing it at home, do you have any like top tips right now of what we could do?
You could try whitening toothpaste.
Okay. That's good to know. Cool. And another question that kind of came through was around braces. Someone thinks that they need braces. What should they do?
So you've probably got a couple options here. One would be see the dentist, and they can assess and tell you your options for that. Another thing you can do is go and see the orthodontist and have an assessment with them. There are some orthodontists around Christchurch that offer a free first visit consultation. So you can pop in, tell them your concerns, and they'll let you know the options from there. But the dentist is a good place to start, because we screen for all of those things, and then we can offer, you know, a referral on, or say, yeah, that's valid, and yeah, get some information.
So back to sort of toothbrushing and things like that, what sort of toothbrush do we need to be using?
One with a soft one with soft bristles. So at the supermarket, I don't know if you see, they're all lined up and there's like soft, medium, firm. We want the soft ones. Okay. And electric, if you can manage that one, but good brushing with a soft toothbrush is what we want.
And kind of, yeah, alongside toothbrush, you have like toothpaste in the supermarket, and there's endless range of toothpastes. How do we know which one we should be using?
A fluoridated toothpaste. Canterbury water is non-fluoridated, and fluoride in dentistry has had a long history of helping to prevent tooth decay or holes in your teeth. So definitely a fluoridated toothpaste is a good place to start. If you look at the packet, it will tell you whether it has fluoride in it or not. But again, the dentist is a good place to go to find out which toothpaste is good for you. They have varying levels of fluoride, and different toothpastes offer different things, and they have different ingredients. And again, everyone's individual needs are different, but definitely one with fluoride I would recommend as a good place to start. Colgate Cavity Protection is one that I use. Cool. It's often on special, quite good.
That's good to know too.
You've got to get the specials. Yeah. And actually, moving on from that, what what are some of your top tips that you would say are beneficial for good dental hygiene?
Brushing twice a day for 2 minutes each time. 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes at night, and flossing at night time. And the other tip would be to see a dentist regularly. If you leave it for a long period of time, you increase your risk of having more issues or problems that need to be dealt with. But if you go regularly, it doesn't seem so overwhelming. The cost is often not so great, and there's lots of things we can do to prevent, problems down the line.
Cool. A question we've been kind of asking everyone as we finish our YAC Yarns series each week. What is one thing you want young people to take away from this conversation tonight?
Prevention is the best treatment. But the only way that we can prevent dental problems is if we see you. So go and see the dentist.
Awesome. I think that's a key message, is go see the dentist.
Exactly, yeah.
Awesome, cool. Well, we have already reached the end of our session tonight, so that's great. Fast fire questions, got through them.
Really? It did feel like fast fire questions.
It was
in the hot seat. I was.
Yeah, a lot of it came through. But anyways, thank you for all of you that are joining us on the live stream right now. We've really appreciated you having here. Thank you so much, Helen, for joining us. It's been really great having you here. And we are actually not going to be here next Sunday. So for those of you that are watching and keeping an eye out, we will not be here next Sunday, but we'll be back next Sunday with a really exciting speaker. So keep an eye out on our Facebook page, and we will let you know there. Thanks for joining us.